Okay, so I've been trying to make compost since, well, for the first time attempting to make compost since September, in an old recycling tub, and I've drilled some holes all around it, and I've put in just kitchen scraps and shredded bills and that kind of thing, and it's taken quite a while, but it's looking as though it's produced some pretty good stuff. As you can see, there's lots of worms in there. So I'm going to be putting these on my pots as a mulch. So yeah, basically I've just mulched the tops of quite a few of these pots here, like some of the clematis and the honeysuckle here. Yeah, throwing it all in, worms and all, and that should break down and work its way into the soil and feed the plants. But yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good, really, to be honest. Okay, so I've mulched quite a few of my pots and obviously used quite a lot of the compost up, and I'm left now with some stuff which hasn't really broken down completely yet, so bits of last year's plants and things in there. So what I'm going to do is then use this as the base for the next load of compost that I'm going to do, and hopefully it will break down fairly quickly, because obviously we're moving into warmer weather now, so that tends to help with the composting process. But yeah, so I'm going to go and get some shredded paper and some, well, I've got some green waste over here that I can use, and I'll start layering it up again. Right, so yeah, basically with the recycling tub, I've drilled holes all the way around the inside and along the bottom there, and the way I would layer it up is I would start off with a layer of old compost. So in this case I'm just using the slightly unbroken down stuff that or the stuff that hasn't broken down properly yet, and the reason for that is it kind of inoculates the compost, so it aids the good bacteria that breaks everything down for you. So yeah, if you didn't have this half broken down compost like I've got, then you could just use some normal compost from the garden centre. It would do the same kind of thing. So once you've got a layer in the bottom there, I then get some shredded paper, shredded bills, and then I would put a layer of that in the bottom of the tote, and that is your carbon source. So basically with composting you need a source of carbon, which would be paper or cardboard or brown material like leaves, brown leaves, that kind of thing, and you need a green source or a nitrogen source, which should come from things like kitchen scraps. So what I've been doing is collecting my kitchen scraps in an old dishwasher tablet box which I keep in the kitchen, and that works perfectly because you've got a little lid and it seals any smells in. So yeah, what I would do then is just dump that on there as well. There's not actually that many in there at the moment because I only just started collecting them. And then another little layer of paper on top, like so. And then I just carry on layering up like that. Some waste compost from a pot that I emptied out, that'll go in there. That helps give the new compost some body. yeah, and then basically all I do, once I've laid it up to a point I'm happy with, I just sometimes, depending on how wet the material is, I might just give it a little bit of a squirt with a hose just to moisten it. But I found it's really important to cover it. So if you had a plastic lid, that would be perfect. I don't, so I've just been covering it with tarpaulin. And yeah, I mean, I started my first batch in September, and it's taken till now, which is nearly April, to be broken down enough to use. So yeah, if you're patient, it's definitely a method worth trying out, especially if you don't have enough room for an actual compost heap. But yeah, I'm starting this new batch now. As I said, we're moving into spring and summer, so hopefully this should be ready, I would hope, by midsummer, I'd say. But yeah, so can you compost in an old recycling tub? Yes, you can.